Hi and welcome to the Zone.
We're back again.
This is the Fantasy Football Zone, your home
for everything fantasy football.
Hi and welcome to the Zone. This is the Fantasy Football Zone. Of course, your home for everything fantasy football. Thank you so much for making the time to join us for yet another episode of the review show. Of course, as usual, joined here by my guy, ideal guy. What do you do?
I'm good. I think we just went live when I was just still enjoying the music, the intro music, and dancing to it and jamming to it. One day we should bring the behind the scenes. We should bring the behind the scenes and just show guys what goes on as we are.
Yeah, I think we're not ready for that yet. Let us first let us first clear this level, and then we can show them where the journey started, right?
That's right.
All right, how are you doing? You doing good?
Good. From a very long weekend, of course, of football, and I'm looking forward to. And again, also there's a very good long week of football that's already started the Champions League. So looking good.
Yeah, I usually love this Champions League and Europa League and Conference League and whatnot kind of weeks, because it's never a dull week. It's like there's always something to look forward to. The only disadvantage is that the games are a bit too late in the night, so you find, of course, they might interfere with your ability to wake up early comfortably and that kind of stuff. But hey, for the love of the game, we go all out.
And Arsenal aren't playing as well, so that's also another sad fact.
Yeah, and not playing in these competitions and not playing at all at this point.
Not playing at all, just not playing.
All right, I think on that note, we can dive right into the review show. Of course, on this game week, we are looking at the past game week 8, and how the games panned out, and of course some of the performances in those games, worthy performances to comment, and maybe disappointing performances to take note of, and that kind of thing. So I think without much further ado, we can jump right into the fixtures and see how they played out in game week 8. As you can see right there, the game week started on a Saturday, on a Saturday, 16th of October, with that early kickoff, Watford versus Liverpool. Wow, ideal guy. I don't know, what are your thoughts about this game?
No, this was a true slapping. I think many of us were really cautious about this game, especially the managerial change at Watford. But goodness, the quality. We just saw quality at its best. From Liverpool, and what exactly they actually can do when they have a full fit squad. It was just really amazing to just see And again, to just see Salah is still at the top of his game. Mane is at the top of his game. Firmino hat-trick. What even? Good
Yeah.
all-round
But
performance.
arguably for me, I feel like Liverpool played a better game. Like in terms of the quality of the match, they played a better game against Man City than they did against Watford.
Definitely.
I
The
just feel
stakes
like
were higher.
Watford did not like
Turn
provide
up.
that proper quality of opponent at this point in time. Of course, we were, like you said, rightly said, we were a bit cautious because the last time Watford went away to the cup, they matched 3-0 winners, and with the new manager and everything, I think some of us were a bit skeptical whether or not Liverpool may be able to get the 3 points easily. But yeah, like you said, it was a routine performance. All the stars of Liverpool taking the opportunity to shine.
Yeah.
Firmino, of course, with an unexpected hat trick, but then Salah, the king of the game, in terms of again another quality solo goal, just to cement this guy's pedigree as the most lethal forward in the Premier League at this point in time. There's nothing Salah cannot do.
Nothing. I mean, he's so much on fire. I wouldn't want to face this in from Salah at the moment. Wouldn't want.
All right, we can go to the next game. What was the next fixture? Oh, this one.
Very interesting game.
The 5 o'clock fixtures. Hey, Aston Villa versus Watford Wolves.
Derby.
Actually, we said that this would be an interesting game for sure.
Yeah.
And hey, it had fireworks. Aston Villa were winning the game until 10 minutes to the whistle. Wolves just turned the tables on them tremendously to steal the win with a 3-2 scoreline. And I mean, it was quite a game. I think the only disappointing thing about that game is that most of our FPL assets from that game blanked. And you wonder how, considering how much of us, goal fest it was. It is quite a disappointment that the likes of Jimenez and Juan and Traore were not able to produce.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kind of games we love to watch. Derby games, especially. This was actually a derby, and very exciting. Just cutting edge performances. Just especially from. I think Aston Villa dominated the game a lot, but Wolves just came back into it and took the game by its horns, and it was a very interesting game. Of course, the disappointing thing is that those we expected to score didn't score, but very, very good game as well of football. Yeah.
All right. Moving on swiftly, I think all these were 5 o'clock kickoffs, by the way. And the most interesting one, the next most interesting one. Actually, I think Saturday had some quite amazing games. Leicester facing off against Manchester United at the King Power.
Allow me to say, I told you so. I told you this is gonna be a goal fest, right? And indeed it didn't disappoint, because wow, what a goal fest.
No, yeah, it was a beautiful game and some really spectacular goals. Actually, 3 good quality goals. That Mason Greenwood goal was amazing. That looked like a blast from the past in terms of Robin van Persie-esque, kind of strike. It was sublime. And then Yuri Tillmans with another mind-blowing response.
That was my goal of the match.
He cushioned that strike in a very special way. And also Jamie Vardy's goal. Jamie Vardy's goal was quite technically, difficult to execute. If you saw how he took the goal with the side foot, but then not overheating it, it was quite a technical goal.
Yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful. Yeah, so I don't know. Compare that Tillmans goal to Bruno Fernandes' goal against Everton. I think last season, where just same position, but I mean, which would you go for as a better goal?
Definitely Yuri Tillmans, because it's being scored against Man United. Need I say more?
No. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, but a very entertaining game for sure. Not so entertaining for Manchester United fans, unfortunately, but the rest of us enjoyed it, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. What was the other? What was the other results? We had routine. No, Man City win against Burnley. Actually, we expected a bigger scoreline than that.
Yeah.
So 2-0 was actually quite very good for Burnley to keep that kind of game at 2-0, because all of us were expecting a 5-something kind of scoreline, 4-something kind of scoreline. So yeah, and then Norwich again played out a 0-0 draw. This time against Brighton. I mean, Norwich are becoming. I think we need to target Norwich in terms of clean sheets, or maybe teams coming up against Norwich in terms of clean sheets. This is, I think, the second game in a row that it's ended 0-0 for Norwich.
Yeah, and to be honest, okay, to be fair, I think they haven't been conceding very many goals. I mean, one that I can remember top of my head, the 1-0 against that they lost to Arsenal and all. So they haven't been really conceding too many goals. I think the issue has been for them finishing off chances attacking wise. I think they had a bit of chances that they just failed to put away against Brighton. So yeah, but that's a good foundation. If you have good defense, of course, it's a good foundation. However, I pity them in the next few fixtures are not the best. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll look at those when we're doing the preview show. Lord help the Norwich team. Then we have Southampton against Leeds. I remember when I think I was doing my Dinosaurus preview, I had highlighted Rafinha as a potential replacement for Ismail Yassar. And interestingly, when you look at those FDR fixtures for Leeds, all of them were being pegged as easy fixtures, green light all the way. But as that run has started, clearly you can see that that might not seem to be the case, because Southampton had something to say about that. Imagine 1-0 winners against Leeds, and next they face off against Wolves, which is also another quite tricky fixture.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Leeds are in for the FDR. They need to catch the guy who's doing the FDR ratings. He was lying to them. They were thinking that they're up for some point holes.
Now the thing is, I think they're really missing a number of players, especially attacking wise. So I think that's the major reason as to why they're failing to score goals. And it's not just this game, I think the previous game ended 1-1. They're missing that attacking threat going forward. So I think Bamford, Rafinha. I think they have. Is it Coach is out? He's ailing as well. The squad is definitely missing a few key players there. But I mean, I still have no doubt that, especially Rafinha, who is now of course coming back from international duty, definitely will pull up the performance of Leeds in the next game.
All right. And I think lastly for Saturday, we had Chelsea against Brentford. The narrative in this game is actually not what you would expect in terms of Brentford were quite dominant in this match.
Yeah,
they were quite dominant. Edward Mending emerging the hero of the night in terms of he kept Chelsea in the game. Otherwise, Brighton had something to say about it. Mbeumo hit the woodwork yet again. I think he's proven to be the most unlucky forward in the league so far in the season. I don't think anyone has hit the bar more times than this guy so far.
Probably Armstrong, Adam Armstrong of Southampton, probably.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. Brentford really showing or putting up a case for themselves. And I guess for Chelsea, 1-0 win against Brentford is a bit underwhelming in terms of course, they would expect to put up a more convincing performance, to have a more convincing win. Of course, being the title favorites and that kind of stuff. But I guess it's title-winning teams that actually just make sure they get the result out of a game, even if it's difficult or not. They just get the result. The rest will deal with it later.
That's right. I mean, Brentford is a force to be reckoned with this season. Of course, the quality of Chelsea is definitely what keeps them just up there, give them the upper hand to just sneak in a goal or so, a lucky goal or so. And again, Chelsea are not the most attacking team in terms of creating of chances as well. So I think they're just being clinical, but again, also good defensively. Of course, now the keeper coming through, of course, in this game. So definitely, they came out with a point, but they scraped for that point. They actually really scraped for it. But it was a good game as well. Brentford, there's still a lot to get from this Brentford team as well going forward.
No, yeah, Brentford are looking like they might help decide the title in terms of whoever manages to beat Brentford out of the favorites, then possibly walks away with the league. That kind of thing.
Probably,
Because they've already taken points away from Liverpool. Remember, 3-3 draw.
Arsenal.
Well, we are not in the title
Okay,
conversation, but
top 10 conversation.
I think the only title we are competing for is like a headline, like a title, like a headline.
Wow, a YouTube title.
Something like that. All right, so Sunday had two fixtures, another pair of interesting games. Actually, Everton West Ham was pegged to be also another very interesting match, and you saw how it played out. Of course, 1-0 win is not. It was a 1-0 win.
Yep.
For West Ham. Ogbonna with the goal.
Ogbonna, yeah, corner kick.
Yeah, but actually West Ham were the dominant side in that game. They really dominated that game, and they were showing all the signs to win that match. I don't know, Everton, for one reason or another, maybe they were not ready, or they were not quite up to the task in this point in time. And deserved win for West Ham for sure. And West Ham are proving themselves in terms of they have really shifted the pedigree. It's now like they are proving that they can keep up. Because at this point in time, you would expect that their form would have started to wade away or something like that. But they are holding their own in terms of, even if they have a loss, they more often than not have an immediate response in terms of either they will win the next game or get a draw. But they are not putting up a run of losses, like 2 consecutive losses or something like that, which says a lot about how far this team has come so far.
Yeah. There's a lot of character in that team. Of course, at the moment, and I think Everton, especially, are still in the process. I think of just building, of course, a team, a Rafa's team specifically. You could clearly see there's a difference in terms of the level with which each team's process has actually come so far. I think Everton will still be a good outfit in the next year or two as well. But yeah, West Ham definitely is doing good bits at the moment and performing at a really high level as well. Of course, Antonio is not as on form now over the past few weeks. As we would expect, of course. But you can see that they still have goals from everywhere. Defense, set pieces. They're actually really good at set pieces, as we saw last season, and still continuing that this season. However, that corner kick, was of course to debate for whether it was actually a corner kick, because the ball, I think, went out or something like that. But however, the character, the level of performance as well is what really we could see from this West Ham side, and definitely they're doing good bits in that.
Yeah, and of course, Tottenham versus Newcastle, again, the last fixture of Sunday. Very interesting game as well. Nice to watch. Kane back in the score sheet. Son being a menace. And also Newcastle were not just taking the beating lying down. They put up a case for themselves as well. I think they're now fighting to show that they are worthy to wear that shirt under the new owners, and that kind of thing. It was a very interesting game for sure. And of course, not so happy to see Tottenham get the 3 points, but at least the likes of Harry Kane back on the score sheet, and maybe we can look at him as potential differential for the coming game weeks.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. It was a good game, yeah.
And lastly, Monday night kickoff, the underwhelming Arsenal facing off against Patrick Vieira. This was the battle of the former captains, and it was quite the battle. I think, of course, Crystal Palace put up a better show for themselves in that game, despite the 2-2 draw. And interestingly, actually, Crystal Palace have drawn 2-2 in their last 3 games, consecutively, actually. So it shows you maybe what or the position they are at in terms of their development under the new manager. But then Arsenal were not too convincing in this game. Really had rough patches in the game. Of course, both goals came from some sloppy play from the midfield. And we're back to, I guess, just evaluating whether Mikel Arteta is the guy for the job or not.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's positives to take out from both sides and a lot of negatives, especially from Arsenal. I think from Crystal Palace, they're very unfortunate to not win this game. I think they really dominated in many departments. You could see from winning of the second balls, being able to be more clinical and direct in their attack. I think that's something that Arsenal was lacking, especially in the first half when they had opportunities to break off the press that they had in the opposition half. I mean, I think there was a lot that Arsenal could have done a lot better, but I think it comes down to, of course, being clinical. But I mean, of course, people will blame the manager for the performance on the team and how it was set up. However, I mean, the manager didn't give away those balls for that Partey and Sambi Lokonga, of course, gave out. For the 2 goals to just come out. So definitely, of course, there's a lot to look into that. But I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't seem that the manager is changing. So I think we just have to work with what we have at the moment. But I think Crystal Palace definitely going forward is gonna be a good outfit. Yeah, they'll work on those mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, many of us are in agreement that Mikel Arteta and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are the 2 managers that are most necessary for the meme lords to maintain their jobs in the Premier League this season. For one reason or another, these 2 managers will always provide us with content. I think actually the reality is I think both teams are dreading if the other manager leaves first.
Yeah.
Arsenal fans don't want Ole to leave first, and Man United fans don't want Arteta to leave first. Because they surely know that success will go to the other side. Clearly, that's more or less the state of these 2 teams at this point in time. Okay, I guess that's it in terms of the review of how the scoreline went for most of these fixtures. We can look at the FPL implication. Yeah, the FPL implication of these results. I think we can start with my team, and then we'll go to Mr. Ideal Guy. Ideal Guy was on a wild card, so I'm sure his team was quite. Hotter like a heat, or
just keep it there. Just keep it there.
Okay, as you can see there, 59 points was the scoreline for me for game week 8. Of course, the average being 49 means at least I get to maintain the consistency of having above average so far this season. But to me, this was a very underwhelming performance. I really was expecting some better points from this. And the biggest letdown, as you can see, was my Arsenal triple up. Kieran Tierney, Martin Odegaard, and Smith Rowe. Of course, Kieran Tierney came closest with the opportunity to score, but he smashed his strike against the bar. Mm-hmm. And to my detriment, I think I just saw that chance waste away, and then my heart sunk. But yeah, that Arsenal team really was the back of my poor performance this week, because clearly I overinvested in them. I had a better transfer strategy, which I failed to follow through with it last minute for one reason or another. and I definitely paid the dividend for that. But I'm glad that Jamie Vardy is continuing to prove his worth in my team.
Yeah.
I think 3 game weeks in so far, all game weeks he has produced the goods. I only wish Cristiano Ronaldo would just borrow a leaf from this guy, Bana. I mean, this goat it's time to slaughter this goat, Bana. This goat is now, it's of
It's
no
actually
value.
really interesting. It's actually really interesting because, many of us have overlooked Vardy, and yet he's actually producing a lot more than the top owned Ronaldo and Lukaku. So, I
Lukaku
mean,
and
it's
Ronaldo, yeah.
yeah, and he's much way cheaper than the two of them, so about 2 point something cheaper. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
And
Vardy is really doing bits. Can't hear you, bro. Nope. Yeah.
sorry,
Yes.
I think I'm
Yeah.
better now.
Yep.
I'm back.
Yep. Good. Good.
Okay. But yeah, I think that's just it for Vardy. We can. So I guess that's all about my team. I don't know what I'll do with this team. Honestly, I'm now feeling like I've gotten to that point of the season where my team is now vulnerable, and I need some big moves. And of course, I don't have a wildcard chip, and I don't have room to entertain a hit. So I don't know. I need some very creative ideas to find a way to maneuver through this patch so that I can slowly refresh that squad. But yeah, that's my team. I think maybe if you have a question.
No, I mean, of course, I was so happy when Tini hit the bar. Of course, I wanted him to score because Arsenal, but I was so happy that he hit the bar, and because I was like, this guy's gonna just leave us. Green arrows all the way. So, you know,
You guys
I
are the
just
enemies of
pray.
my progress.
I was praying, and especially the positions he was getting into, he was just due an assist or a goal, something like that. So I was just
Yeah.
praying that the goal just comes from somewhere else, but not Tini. But of course, I mean, I think the consistency is it for me. I think just keep on being consistent, of course, in your performances over the weeks. Stop overthinking, um, as well on your decisions. But yeah, I mean, good stuff, good stuff.
All right, let's see what you have for us.
Well, I don't have much for us, cause because of course, being that I activated the wildcard this week, I still, of course, got the same points as you. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a poor performance. However, I expected a bit more from my team. I think, especially from my striking force. It was just blank, especially, I mean, Lukaku, Huang, Antonio, all of them. And interestingly, all these three teams won, but none of these guys on the score sheet. And then
Wow.
again, I kind of tried and predicted now that Rudiger wasn't in. I kind of tried and Thiago Silva, I predicted that probably James would start. James would start, but that was a wrong prediction. I actually put in Christensen and then removed him out and brought in James, which was a very bad idea. Of course, came on and gave me a 1 pointer. Grealish as well never played. He was my starting 11, but I think it really helped me because my first sub, Livramento, came on and gave me 6 points. So, I mean, all in all, of course, this team was just designed for the next few game weeks that are coming up. But I mean, again, still hopeful for the next few game weeks as well. Doesn't look too bad. I don't think I need very many changes as well to this team going forward. But yeah, that's my performance for this week. Unless you have something to say about it.
No, I think for me it's how the wild card performed. Of course, it's underwhelming for you to get 59 on a wild card. in a game week that guys were scoring 70 odd points, But the way I see your team, at least contrary to what I'm saying, your team is built to thrive in the coming game weeks. It's when you look at your bench, you have Grealish, Rafinha, and your squad in general. It just looks quite balanced and healthy. So even if the points didn't come in this particular game week, it's only a matter of time for sure. So that's all I have to say in terms of it may have not paid off at that point in time, but it's built to at some point in time in the near future to bring the points home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the review. I think one thing we cannot fail to talk about is Mr. Mo Salah as captain because he was the most captain player in game week 8. And I think at this point in time, I don't even know what it will take for us to decide to take the captain armband from Salah. I don't know what will it take. What will it take? Because I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he's the bona fide captain choice, automatic captain choice? I think until further notice.
I think it is. It goes without say right now. His form is impeccable at the moment. Goals, assists, he's doing bits of that. And again, you'll notice that he's getting a lot of shots away. I think keepers are actually saving some of those shots. So you could actually find Salah on a good week that he's actually really clinical, just moving away the hat trick, and you didn't captain him. So you can imagine what kind of red arrows you'll actually be feasting on just by not captaining.
Actually, interestingly, because for game week 8, the mantra was, I'd rather captain Salah and blank, knowing that everyone has captain Salah, rather than I fail to captain Salah and he performs. And true to those words, he was actually one of the highest scoring players in the game week yet again. And I don't know. Especially with the coming game week, we'll look at it in the preview show for game week 9. With the Lukaku having a more interesting fixture than Salah, I can't wait to see how the decision will sway in that point in time.
However, that is debatable. That is debatable with the way United's defense is. So, of course, we'll talk about this even a bit more in the preview show. But I think going forward,
it's on paper. I'm just saying on paper.
Salah is definitely one that you can't look past any game week. And I think he's fixture proof at this point in time.
Exactly. If you remember what he did against Man City, then who else is there to challenge him? Anyway, I think that wraps it up in terms of game week 8. I don't know if we managed to have any comments or questions in the point of the. There you go. Nelson Achoka with the comment. I predicted a Leicester win. What a good match. Oh, Nelson, I can feel you.
I remember. I think he actually. I think he predicted 2-1. If I remember right, it was 2-1.
Oh yeah, I remember he gave us the scorelines actually.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think you need to keep up the same spirit against Man United. He doesn't have a good Old Trafford record. Fingers crossed. Oh, that's with regards to Salah.
Salah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to see how the votes sway in come game week 9. When we look at it, will be a classic comparison between form and fixture because Lukaku is not on form but has the fixture. But then Salah is on red hot form, but without the fixture. It will be a perfect comparison.
United's defense at the moment is just everywhere.
No, they are really good. You see, Maguire assisting some of the goals. I mean,
it's bring the house down. Big up to Nelson Achoka for following us.
Thank you so much, by the way, for that support. I think that's it, Ideal Guy. I don't know if you have anything to add on. That's basically the review show and how everything played out for game week 8. Of course, the the tension continues to build. Still, very early in the game. It feels like we've been here for so long, but then it's only 8 game weeks in.
Yep.
You can only imagine there's 30 more to go. My goodness. This is going to be a journey and a half, you know.
It is a long journey. It's a long journey, and I'm looking forward to it, of course. And of course, on the zone, we're here to give you guys a lot of content here to, of course, walk through the journey of the next 30 game weeks to come.
Yeah. All right, that's it from us. Thank you so much for staying tuned, and see you on the Game Week 9 preview show, where we'll be looking at, of course, what Game Week 9 has to offer. Thank you so much, and peace out.